Well, it's miserable weather here in Squamish. There's no skiing, there's no mountain biking, there's nothing going on. So let's talk about a very controversial issue in skiing, which is ski pole straps versus no straps. So since moving to BC and starting to ski again, I was skiing with straps when I first came out here because that's what I knew as a kid. Ski pole straps are part of your connection to your pole. So you basically, your hand goes up through the strap and it twists and the strap goes in between your hand and the pole, and now you have extra support for your strap. But since I've moved here and I am skiing in avalanche terrain a lot of the times, I have gone to no straps on the recommendations of a few of my friends. And the more and more training I've done with the ASTs and then getting into avalanche operations, the more you realize you don't want these things, you don't want this ski pole stuck to your body if you're in an avalanche. Why? This is just one more thing stuck to your body if you're buried under 5 feet of snow. If your hand is stuck to this and your friends are trying to dig you out and this is stuck to your arm and your arm's extended or who knows, and so now you got this big pole stuck under a bunch of concrete of snow that's stuck to your hand. So it's just going to take that much longer to rescue you. If you have no strap, well, if you get in an avalanche, your ski poles aren't going to be with you anymore anyways. You're going to definitely have lost them somewhere along the way. Your skis are going to come off too. You don't have to worry about your skis. The bindings will take care of that. So hopefully when your friends go to dig you out, you have nothing attached to you except hopefully maybe your backpack still, but those get ripped off too. So that's why you don't put your transceiver in your backpack, because that might not be with you either if you're in an avalanche. Who should use ski pole straps? Well, in my opinion, this is just my opinion, is people who actually require the use of them. So ski racers need their straps because, like I said, it's part of the connection of your pole to your hand, to your arm, right through your body. So if you're in competition, you'll want to use your strap. The competitors in the freeride world too use their straps because they don't want to drop their gear, because if you drop gear, you lose points. In a competitive level of skiing, use the straps because you don't want to lose your gear. Now, for most of us recreation people, you really don't need them. It only takes, how long did it take me? It didn't take very long to get used to not having any straps. Like, seriously, not that long. I thought it was going to be the worst thing ever, and it didn't take that long. So now I don't use the straps. I have definitely lost my poles a few times and had to hike back up and get them or have somebody bring them down, but we're on pole retrieval and it's not mine. I'm telling you, if you are wiping out and going tumbling down the hill, you don't want these with you either. Ski it. Oh, fuck! It didn't work! Oh, my poles are way up there! Because they're gonna just flop around and whack around. Just think it's back like the old days when we used to have ski straps on our skis to our bindings. And then you'd wipe out and your skis whapping around, smacking you, like who knows what's gonna happen. So the invention of the ski brake, well, they need to invent a ski brake for your ski poles, but I guess the ski brake for your ski poles is just gonna stop. And unfortunately, you're gonna have to hike back up to get it, or whatever. But all right, I gotta go get my poles. They're way up there. Now I know sometimes when I'm skiing with Jen, she gets all mad at me because we'll be pushing along a spot and this pole gets stuck, and what happens is the pole just get stuck in the snow, and then she's behind me. I'm like, can you grab my pole? Because it's stuck 20 feet behind me, but no big deal to go back and get it. I've done that many times. Another spot to not use ski straps, which is skiing in the glades or the trees. Like, you'd be ripping along, pushing along, whatever you're doing in the trees, and if you get your ski pole stuck in a tree, it grabs in a tree, and you are attached to it, well, it's just going back, and it's going to rip your shoulder right out. That happens to a lot of people every year. You'd be surprised how much that actually happens. Yeah, again, if you're skiing and you don't have a strap and your pole gets ripped out of your hand, well, you can always go back and get it, and your shoulders are still good. And seeing that I have 2 bad shoulders from surgeries, and you know, I don't really want my ski pole ripping my shoulder apart, you know. But to each his own. I just think if you're in the backcountry, don't wear them. Another thing is when you get on the chairlift, there's the sign there that says, please remove your ski pole straps. So if you don't have them on there to start with, you don't have to remove them. Plus you can just take your poles and, like we do, and just stick them underneath your legs.
You go in front of this one.
Oh, didn't you hear me ask him?
No, I didn't.
And out the back of the chairlift, and you don't have a strap dangling under there, it's less to get caught on the chairlift. Ski pole straps have their place, but they're pretty dangerous. And here's my pet peeve. I have a few pet peeves of people using ski poles. One is the ones who just put their hands through and don't use the strap properly and just kind of hold on to it here. Well, then what's the point of the strap? Because it's just not really doing, it's not really helping in your connection to the ski pole. All it is just maybe a safety thing of it's just, you're not going to lose it. That's probably about it. And the other one I hate is you see videos of people and they're skiing like this, and their videos got the ski pole strap just flopping around all over the place. Right? Like this, it's like, you know what? If you're not going to ski with them, just take them off. It's just a screw in the top of your pole. It generally just comes right off. Well, here's one of my other poles. This is the G3, and I've taken the straps out of these as well. And basically these, you just squeeze the side here, and then the strap will pull out. I can't find the strap. So this, even though it says it's supposed to come out, it doesn't actually come out that easily. It's a bit of a job. So imagine if you hit a tree really hard, it's probably gonna come free, but honestly, it's not that easy to get the strap out of this pole to start with. So I don't know how well that would work. Luckily, I've never had to test it. Straps versus no straps, what do? I say no straps. But honestly, that's my personal opinion. I think there are situations where you would like to use your ski pole straps, and there are situations where you really don't want ski pole straps. One of them is in the backcountry. If you're out skiing in avalanche terrain, yes, there's avalanche terrain inbounds. That's why they bomb it. It doesn't mean they get it all. I highly suggest removing your ski pole straps and just getting used to skiing without them. It doesn't take very long, trust me on that. So the only time I miss my straps, this is literally the only time, is if I'm coming back to a lift and my hands are cold, and I like to take my fingers and put them up in, take my fingers and bring them back into my gloves so that it's like a mitt. And now what I have to do is I have to stick them under here like this, and then finagle the way. But if you do have straps, what I would do is I would just drop them down like this, and then pull my hands back, and meanwhile my ski poles are just dragging on the ground behind me. So, but that is not a reason to have ski pole straps. What's your opinion on ski pole straps? Yay or nay? Do you use them? it's certainly a controversial topic in the ski industry. Next time you're skiing, look around. You're going to see that it is probably it's probably like easily 99% ski pole straps compared to maybe 1%. It might even be less than 1% without straps. Yeah, so what do you do? Straps? No straps? Leave a comment. Let me know. All right, catch you on the next one.